பாரதத்தின் சொந்தங்களுக்கு வணக்கம். Kaveri. This has been an issue between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka for more than 100 years. I have a subject matter expert, Mr. Subhash Chandra, with me today. He had done extensive research on hydrogeology, especially in Karnataka, for more than 56 years. He had published a lot of papers and he had published a lot of articles. I will also give the articles in the description so that if you are interested, you can go and look into that also. Let me welcome Mr. Subhash Chandra to the show. Let us know more about the geological or the hydrogeological aspect of this MEKEDATU dam. Namaste, Subhash Chandra ji.
Namaste. Yeah.
Subhash ji, can you please explain us what is this hydrogeology and what does this research do?
Now, hydrogeology is a subject which covers everything about the occurrence of water over the surface and below the surface too. It completely. What I mean is surface water resources what we have, and groundwater resources what we have, and how actually groundwater it occurs. What are the hydrogeological characteristics? Why that surface runoff in a particular terrain, and why that groundwater infiltration in some other terrain, and how actually it is. What will be the quality of water? Everything, it gets covered in the hydrogeological subject. That is hydrogeology.
Okay. Subhash ji, you have been in Karnataka and you have done this research for almost 56 years. And now you say that the MEKEDATU, where the dam is being planned, is not geologically a safe place for a dam. What is the reason behind that? And please explain us more on that.
You see, actually what I mean is hydrogeologically, particularly with the geological setup of the terrain, a bit of problem will be there to construct a dam, and then its stability is more important for us. Whenever any structure is constructed, its stability is more important. You see, actually, Kaveri, it takes its origin in the Western Ghats zone, flows over onto the plains after the KRS, and then actually near what is that? That place, the Shivanasamudram, there is a waterfall of nearly about 100 meter.
Right.
And then its flow is almost easterly. Kaveri River flow is easterly, and it is along a narrow fracture between the contact of two rock formations, one from the gneissic part and another is a Charnokitic terrain, what we call granulate. Let us forget about the rock names and all that. It just flows along a narrow fracture zone. Then another Arkavati River, which finds its origin from the Nandi Hill, it flows southerly and comes over to a particular point after the flow from even with its catchment in Bangalore and all that, it flows further south. And then it confluences with Kaveri at a place called Muttati.
Okay.
Muttati. And Muttati is such a place where there is a very turbulent flow because of the narrowness of the stream flow path. Okay. And further, it flows southerly. And then it enters into Tamil Nadu area. The type of flow what we see, that is what I mean. And I have written one paper, it was published also in Down to Earth, which I have sent it to you. If you can have a look deep into that, the entire flow system, everything we have discussed in that. Along with my former colleague, Dr. G.V. Hegde, and myself, we both have made a paper over it. It was published in Down to Earth. It gives you the full particulars of it. You can have a look. And do you know actually why we need about 4.6 TMC of water from MEKEDATU to Bangalore? That is one particular point, they want to lift about 4.6 TMC of water to Bangalore. It's all right, fair enough. We will have water instead of allowing it to get wasted and all that. But have we considered the local reserves, what we get in the place like Bangalore? how much of water we have conserved, how much is that, and do we really need to have a metro dam? I mean, MEKEDATU dam.
MEKEDATU. Mm.
What is that MEKEDATU? It is just one sheep. It can jump over to another part. It is so narrow they meant.
Right.
MEKEDATU means
Right. The
making
name, the Kannada name
just
MEKEDATU means
make a crossing over the river with a single
Datu.
jump. That is the
Right.
meaning of it. Make a datu means. And such be in the case, actually it is so narrow the flow is in that particular time. Why that? Because it is a tectonically controlled part of it. Tectonically controlled in the sense some shear zone or a fracture or a fault zone, something like that, is there. It has happened in that. And even Arkavati river flow, it is actually along a major tectonic disturbed zone only. There is one Chunchi fall before this Arkavati river confluencing with Kaveri.
Okay.
This is the system. And how much of area gets submerged with if that dam is constructed. That is one important point I will tell you. Nearly about 5,252 hectares of land totally it comes.
Is it an cultivation land now?
No, I'm telling you, it is not just in. I mean, it is not just in under cultivation, but actually, it submerges about 3,183 square kilometer of the hectare of Kaveri Wildlife Sanctuary. It is
Okay.
said,
Okay. Okay.
speaking, not my own figure.
Right.
Some figures what it has published earlier that I am speaking about. It is not my figure actually.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, in 2014, there was also protest within Karnataka saying this Megedatu Dam, if at all it's built, will block the path of elephants. I mean, there is some a path that will be blocked. There was again a protest there.
No, actually, it is only the about the construction. It is but natural. Somebody said that it will have to be done, and I am not opposing anything about water being taken out, but I am speaking only about the hydrogeological aspects of the terrain.
Right,
You
right,
see, I am not going into the politics of it, nor the
right.
linguistic issues of the between two states.
I understand. I
I'm
understand.
not going for it. But only thing is about the field observations what we made that it has been published even in Down to Earth, and it is not my opposition. What the features of the terrain is that we have explained it
Right,
in a best possible manner. What will be the repercussions of it? What can be the repercussion if a dam is constructed? And do we really have to bring out water from there to Bangalore? And have we considered the available surface runoff resources, what we get in the city area of Bangalore? That is
right,
how we normally think about water conservation and water utilization and water uh, protection also.
right, right,
And one thing I'm not sure about it, why Tamil Nadu is objecting. Supposing it is constructed, what will be the effect of it? I am not speaking about it. That is the point I told you. Let us not go into linguistic points of it,
politics.
nor about the states what it is. After all, Kaveri, originally, if you think, forget about the linguistic aspects and all that, it is by nature having its own flow type there.
Right,
You know, it is having its own flow type. And why we should obstruct it? If that is the case, neither Tamil Nadu can obstruct it, nor Karnataka can obstruct it. But for its utilization, some uh, issue it has come up. And Kaveri is the best possible, KRS is one of the best possible sites where it has not submerged a lot of forest area or anything. And Saramvi, it was he who did that, Saram Vishwesharaya, you see.
hmm,
Yeah,
hmm.
and he proposed it, he made it. And subsequently, about the conservation of water because of the constant drought and all that, many other dams were also there. irrigation facilities are to be increased, whether it is in Tamil Nadu or in Karnataka. They have made it.
If the dam is built, as you said, like there will be a lot of land that will be submerged, but still you say that this hydrogeologically that place is not that safe. I mean, the particular place Megedatu is not that safe to build a dam. So if at all it's built, see if the government.
Hydrogeologically, that means geologically speaking, some disturbance is there. Actually, tectonically, it has undergone some disturbance. The photo, what it has been published, even in Down to Earth, it speaks about it, how narrow flow it is there, how actually it has just taken a path along a big fracture, Kaveri.
Okay.
It speaks just like that.
So what would be the repercussion if at all a dam is being built there? What would happen?
No, it is more an engineering problem. Probably an engineer, he will have to speak more about it.
So
What
like.
you see about the hydrogeological aspect, we give the figure of it, or we we explain the scenario of it.
Okay.
And engineer, he will have to think about how to counter the problems and how best a structure can be constructed.
G, you also mentioned there is some tectonic disturbances over there. If
No,
there
it
is.
had happened. It had happened. It has happened. And that is the reason why a fault zone has taken place in some parts of the Arkavati catchment as well, in the Kaveri catchment and everything.
Okay. So just because of that, you say the Kaveri, because of the tectonic disturbance, there had a fracture and the Kaveri
It
started
is
flowing
the
over there.
result, the fractures, whatever it has developed, I mean, the flow path of Kaveri or of Arkavati, what it has happened and what the confluence it has taken place, and subsequent flow to the southern part of it, it speaks about the structurally controlled flow path of the river. Structurally controlled means geologically controlled.
Okay. Okay.
That's the
And
part.
the second part is you have also published a paper on the current water crisis of Bangalore, how the hydrogeology people's opinions were, were not taken into consideration, which led into this water issues. Can you explain a bit more on that?
No, actually, it is a very big issue. One thing, we got a book also published way back during 2015 explaining Bangalore water resource management challenges and remedies. We got that book published way back during 2015. It is after the survey along and across our Bangalore metropolitan city. You see,
Okay.
all the hydrogeological aspects, everything it was, and nearly about 3 or 4 papers were published in current science and all that about previously before publication of the book. And later we thought that we should put it in a book volume, and so that people will be having an awareness to conserve the local resource to the maximum possible extent, than to depend upon the water source from anywhere else.
Okay.
That we have explained. Actually, the water resources what we get in Bangalore, first it will have to be conserved to the maximum possible extent. You
Uh,
see, but going in for some other resource, neglecting our resource in locally what we get, that is what the rainwater we get over our head. If we just leave it, it doesn't give meaning. That is what we meant.
Thank you, Subhashji, for explaining the hydrogeological aspect of what are the challenges in building the dam in the Megedatu, and also how to manage the water crisis in Bangalore, how better it should have been managed. Thank you for your time. Namaste.
Namaste. Really
Uh,
very happy that you could call me. You can contact me, and what best I can talk about, I talked about also now.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.